Hello everybody, my name is Old Stefan. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR 25 Career Mode. Today we are back in the NASCAR Truck Series, and I don't know what week we're on. It's got to be in the double digits now. But we're heading on to two racetracks, one old, one new, I believe. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with it today. We got the new sponsor, which is Horizon Hobby, which we got in the last episode. And one thing that I don't like a ton about this game is that you don't have any sponsor consistency, and you're always having to change, the colors to your car and stuff if you're OCD like me and you want everything to match. So I don't know. I feel like they could improve that in the next one and just have maybe it be on for 8 weeks instead of 2, or be able to pick between your sponsors instead of just having one that you can use and not being able to change any contingencies or anything like that. But we head to Nashville Super Speedway, and actually I think if Michigan isn't, if we haven't already done Michigan, which I'll go and check after, then we got two new tracks today. And two essentially super speedways. Neither of them are like as big or as flashy as Daytona or Talladega, but they're still super speedways nonetheless. And you can see right here I was really having issues getting the right lap time here, and I changed a couple different things. I got to 8.65 and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call it here. The car's not getting any better. I'm just gonna say that's good enough. I tried my best, and we'll move on. And we finish out 12th in the session, heading on to qualifying with our gray, yellow, and blue Horizon Hobby machine.
Okay, this lap counts, driver.
So we head on to our qualifying lap, showing the entire thing, and I messed it up here. This is the first time all season so far that I've restarted a qualifying lap halfway through because I completely messed it up in turn 1, but you can see we get a little better this time by. Put it almost on the yellow line, come off the corner a little bit wide. Not the greatest it could be, but also not terrible. And then we head down into 3 and 4. And the problem once again is too tight on entry, and then once you get into the run, like in practice I did about 7 or 8 laps, and once you get later into the run and the tires start to fall off, it's loose off the corner. So I was just trying to find a middle ground essentially. And Curryheim puts it on the pole. We qualify inside the top 10, not terrible. Our first top 6 start in quite a while, I think. In fact, I'm trying to remember it right now, but I think it might be our second best starting spot so far this season.
Green, green, green.
So we head off into Nashville.
1 inside.
Green flag is in the air. And we got a race on our hands already. These restarts on the 1.5 miles are so fun in this game. That is one thing that they did absolutely phenomenally, was the racing at the start of runs with this AI. It's just incredible. Everyone's drafting off of each other. You're trying to shoot the gap. We get to the bottom of Ross Chastain, already up inside the top 5. Daniel Hemrick gets a run near the bottom, tried to close that move off. You know how fast or how much of a run the AI gets on the exit of the corner on you. Doesn't matter if you have a good exit or a bad exit. They still get a run as we clip the bottom of the apron. In turns 1 and 2, slide up the track, nearly get into the 34. And we're still clear of the 19, so we're just going to slot up and continue on. A couple laps in the run. Truck's getting a little tight in the middle of the corner. We get into the outside wall just a little bit. That's going to allow Ross Chastain to get the run on us down the front straightaway. He gets to our inside, side drafts us down into 1.
Clear low if you want it.
Clears us. We get the run off of turn number 2. Managed to get back to his outside and get the draft from the 34 truck and managed to clear him into 3. Once again, we slip up in the middle of the corner.
1 on the bottom.
Allows the 44 to get to our bottom. one thing that I wasn't doing that was kind of a hindsight is 2020 moment is that my truck was driving so much better in the middle of the corner, but I seemed to only be able to pass people on the bottom, especially in 3 and 4. So I was just trying to squeeze people tight out of the corner if I got tight in the middle of the corner and squeeze them up to the wall. And it worked, you know. We got by the 34 truck there, got by the 44. Now we're up into third. And coming back. 4 to go mark. The 3 to go mark. Get up behind Chandler Smith to the bottom of the racetrack. Shoot it in there.
Stay low.
Nearly clear him and just barely clear him off of turn number 2. Up to second in the running order.
Inside.
And all we have to chase down now is Corey Heim, but 38 gets a run on the inside there. 6's nose in, gets the run on the inside of us.
Stay high.
Coming back to the 2 to go. And we're still stuck side by side as we head into 1 and 2. Manages to get a little bit of a run off of 2 on me.
Stay high.
And I'm like, dude, we're literally losing time with the leader. We don't have time for this.
All clear.
And I managed to clear him down into 3, but it's coming back to the white flag, and Corey's pretty well gone at this point. So we will have to settle for a second place finish in the stage. Once again, great points.
Top 5 in the stage, that's good for some points.
It's awesome being consistently up inside the top 5 in the early stages in these races.
Be ready now.
It is definitely going to help me make it through a couple of the rounds.
Car low.
Not going to help me in the final 4 at all, but that's fine. Right up behind us there.
Clear inside. 1 low.
We slide up the racetrack just a bit. We're now almost 3 wide, and we are 3 wide for a second, and we're going to get turned off the bumper of the 38 truck.
3 wide.
And hard into the side of the 71 of Raja.
Yellow's out.
And that was an unfortunate
pit road's open
mistake there. But luckily, there's no DNFs in this game. So we're able to continue along. That's our first spin since, like, Martinsville and Arca, maybe? I may have spun at Atlanta earlier this year. I'm not sure. But, yeah, not great. Not a great look. There's your instant replay. And it did feel like I got wrecked, but I looked back in the replay and it looked like I spun myself. So I'm not entirely sure, you know, who to blame. You'll see it on the replay here. Blocking the 38 there on the bottom. I tried to get to the bottom in front of the 38, but then he filled the hole. And I drove down the racetrack, kind of door slammed him, and then he came back up and clipped me in the left rear, so it was my fault, but we end up getting the worst of it anyway.
1 low.
And since we pit, we have to go back through the entire pack, of course, and this is always very nerve-wracking. Luckily, we have quite a bit of space to work with here because of how wide the surface is here at Nashville, but it's still one of those things that there's not a ton of room. We shoot the middle of 3. I wanted to go for it again there, but once again, not enough room. Luke Baldwin does a good job of blocking me here. Try to close down to the right rear of Brian Doza there. So we get another run off of turn number 2. Huge run down the backstretch.
Clear up top. Car low.
Going to the outside of Frankie Muniz, the outside of Matt Crafton.
1 outside.
Push Matt Crafton, didn't get to the middle there quick enough, and then we go to the outside of him. Look at this 3 wide action up here. Josh Rayo fighting for a spot inside the top 20. How about that? We're going to help Stuart Friesen here because he's the only Toyota in this mix. Down the back straightaway, giving him a huge push. And Timmy Hill also up here inside the top 20. So a couple of really good runs up here.
One
We
bottom.
go around the outside of Stewart,
3 wide.
around the outside of Dawson
One on
Sutton.
bottom.
Timmy tried to close me off there, but
5 to
didn't
go.
get there quick enough.
Clear low if you want it. Or outside.
And we send it to the bottom in turns 1 and 2 on Giovanni Ruggiero.
Car high.
Now up behind Tanner Gray. Give him just the slightest little nudge. Gets him loose out of the racing line. We get to
One
the inside
outside.
of him.
Clear outside.
And nearly tap Ben Rhodes there.
One outside.
Get him up the racetrack. Underneath Tyler Ankrum.
Carlo.
Above Jake
Clear
Garcia. First spot
One
inside the
inside.
top 10. I feel like he's always in 10th.
One
I
low.
don't know what it is. But I feel like I've at least fought him 3 times for the final point in his stage.
Clear inside.
And he's always been in 10th. And because I felt bad about driving into the side of Raja earlier, we're going to help him get
Clear
by this
side.
little battle here.
One high.
Help him get by the 44 truck. And also the 34 truck as we head down the
Car
back
outside.
straightaway. Send him
One
down there
outside.
into 3. And he comes up off the bottom, so I'm like, okay,
Car
I
high.
helped you enough. We're going to take these spots on the much better tires now.
Outside
Go to
now.
the bottom of Grant Enfinger,
2 to
nearly
go.
made contact with him. And to the bottom of Daniel Hemrick as
Clear.
well. As we head around the outside. In turns 1 and 2, very good corner there.
Car high.
To the bottom and past
Clear high.
38 of Chandler Smith. And on the final lap, into 3 and 4. We're right up behind the 11 truck. But it is unfortunately not going to be enough. We get a huge run down the front
One
stretch.
outside.
Try and take it to the
8 points, baby.
inside,
Good
but
job.
too little too late. We finished second to Corey
Pit road
Hunt
is
2
open.
stages in a row. Once again,
You good
great
with this
points,
strategy,
not
driver?
complaining, but we go down on the wedge just a little bit. It was a little bit free, or a little bit tight, sorry. Still, even on the end of the run there on in stage 1, or in stage 2.
Okay, we're pitting
and,
here.
we pit.
Be ready.
2 trucks in front of us don't. That's Tony Breidinger, Norm
Car
Benning.
outside.
So Norm Benning actually leads a lap under the green flag here. Or I guess that technically counted as under caution, but
Stay
he
low.
leads a lap.
One
That
low.
counts for something as we
3
push
wide.
up the racetrack. We're in the middle of the 3 now as Chandler Smith shoots it down to the bottom of us. Down the back straightaway. These trucks are
Hold
very,
line.
very slow. We're just
Outside
kind
door.
of a pack of sardines right in the
Clear
middle
bottom.
here.
Car outside.
And I heard clear bottom for 1 second. I didn't even look in the mirror. I probably should have.
Clear outside.
But we had the spot anyway, so it does not matter. We pass into the second spot. Raja Karuth up behind us, having a great run. His
Amazing
best
lap,
since Atlanta.
One
And
low.
we are absolutely flying
low.
right now. To the point where we're able to get a great run
Clear
around the
inside.
outside here of Chandler Smith, but he manages to get a little bit of a better exit. We push him down the back straightaway, trying to pull to the inside here. Nothing is in it there.
Car low.
Once again, we go to the outside in turns 1 and
Clear,
2.
clear.
And right here, I'm just going to pull the draft down the back straightaway, cross him over,
One
down
outside.
into turn 3.
Clear.
But once again, I have to brake way too early on entry to keep that truck on the bottom of the racetrack.
One on the bottom.
Still way too tight. Probably should have gone lower on the wedge. And right there, we nearly make contact with each other. It forces me up the racetrack. And coming down the back stretch on the same lap, we get to the inside of him. Send it down in there. This time we're going to be a little bit farther
Clear up top.
alongside. And we get a
Car high.
drive off the final corner. But not quite enough. But
Stay
we
low.
do. We get to the left rear quarter panel. Down into 1 and 2. Once again, have to brake way earlier than
Stay
the
low.
38 truck. Trying to hold it in the middle of the corner. And we're side by side for the lead. I mean, what a battle we're having right here.
Still there. Great job.
Just
You got
under
the
8
lead.
laps to go.
We'll get the lead back. Stay focused.
And
Clear
I
top.
lost it there a little bit on entry in 3. But look at how far we've pulled away from the rest of the pack, me and Chandler.
One bottom.
He blocks
Clear
the
low if you
bottom
want it.
here. I go to the top. Almost a little bit of contact between the two of us as we send
Clear
it
low.
down into the corner. and cross him over on exit.
Outside.
We get a huge run down the back straightaway.
Clear high if you
And that's
want
really
it.
all we needed to clear him down into 3. And once again, I don't know why I wasn't just running the middle line here. The truck drives way better. I don't have to brake as much.
White
And
flag, keep it
coming
up.
back to the white flag here, we lead them all to the flag. As I'll show you my line here. Staying right in the middle, you can hear I got off the gas just a little bit. And able to go full speed the rest of the way, full throttle. And then down into 3 and 4 here, same thing. I have to let off a little bit more. But once again, still gaining time on the 38 behind us. So we come out of turn number 4, take our 5th win
Amazing
on
win.
the year,
You just never cease to amaze us, driver.
and get it done in Nashville. Our first trip here in the NASCAR 25 career mode. And that'll be, like I said, win number 5 for USA on the Rookie Truck Series season. And we take it over Chandler Smith, Layton Riggs, Grant Infinger with a great run, same as Jake Garcia, Raja Caruth up here as well. Corey Heim fell all the way back to 8th. So I'm not sure what happened there on the final run, but he fell like a rock. Caden Honeycutt gets another top 10. Stuart Friesen just outside the top 10 as well. Parker Kligerman inside the top 20. And Ross Chastain as well, qualified top 10, but finished 21st. Not a great run there for him. And check out what Tanner Gray has to say. After delivering a hit like that, what sort of business USA has being in the truck?
Car high.
And here's the bump he was talking about. Right there, just that little tap. And it is mighty ironic coming from him of all drivers. Like, I would treat it with a bit more respect if it was, you know, maybe Kyle Busch, even Corey Heim saying that. But Tanner Gray, like, 5 years in top equipment and no wins, not even double-digit top 10s on a single season. Like, yikes. I don't know about that one. Anyways, we buy a couple new parts here for our car, sell off our old ones, because everything is pretty much worn at this point, and we install level 6 parts for Michigan, which is like one of those things where I was like, okay, this is going to get me like pulling a win. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe it'll be my first weekend sweep, full rep, my first full rep of the Truck Series, but I mean, we'll see here. I already know what happens when we head out into practice. I do really like this paint scheme that I made here, the light version of
Let's
the
get out there
Horizon
and get some practice in.
hobby truck, the yellow rims. And as you can see here,
Fastest lap yet, bud.
the fastest I was able to get was a tenth and a half-ish away from where I needed to be, and that was in 9 laps of running.
Top.
And this is a track that takes 42 seconds to go all the way around, so it was not looking great for me. I really did try my best here to
Outside.
get some rep, but it was
Clear
just...
outside.
This track drives so terribly with this truck. I mean,
One high.
just so tight
Clear
in
top.
3 and 4. You can see how far I'm pushing up the track. And, you know, trucks seem like they're able to go half throttle, full throttle through 3 and 4. And I was on 25% loose, and it was still just nothing. It was so bad. And in turns 1 and 2 is kind of the same
Qualifying, here we
story. We head into qualifying with the neutral setup.
Track's clear, cars
Try
ready.
and get
Time to show 'em why
something
we're
here. Because, and here's another thing, which I completely forgot about until just now. The reason I'm on neutral setup is because
Alright.
if you clip the apron
Way to push out there.
in
We'll make up some
Michigan
spots
here
race
on
day,
the
don't
neutral
worry.
setup or on 25% loose, you are wrecking loose. Like, you're about to go around, but then in 3 and 4, it's just so tight that it pushes way up the track. And I'm not going crazy now because I've done, like, it's the same thing with Atlanta. I thought it was, another thing with Atlanta, but I've played Atlanta in the trucks with a full setup, full parts, and it was fine. And we're on full parts here, and it is shit. Complete and utter trash. So, I don't know. It might just be the way that this track drives with this truck,
Flip the switch.
which is unfortunate, considering it's one of the tracks that, you know, it's a drafting track. It's fun to drive on. And, you know, we've been lights out at drafting tracks because it's a lot easier to drive than the other ones, but
hold your line.
Regardless, we managed to pull away with the 12th place starting spot, which isn't terrible for where we were. And we get a relatively good start. Good corner in 1 and 2.
3 wide.
Shoot the gap between Ruggiero, Rajeski, go to the inside of the 19. And you can see how good of a motor we have as we send it down into 3 and 4 for the first time. You can see I'm off throttle. My off throttle time is like a good 2.5 seconds, if not maybe 1.5 seconds. But that should be enough, but it isn't, and we still push up out of the corner. So I don't know. It might be a setup thing. I really don't know. Regardless, we're already up inside the top 5, and right there you can see how loose you get below the seam in turns 1 and 2. If you go down there, it's like basically no man's land. I could not hold the truck underneath me if I went down there. But the motor, thanks to the motor, we're able to make it up into the top 5 pretty easily. Ross Chastain looking for a bounce back after that terrible race that he had at Nashville. And we get a big run off turn number 4 coming down the front straightaway here. Right up behind Ross, gets to the outside of him. With 5 laps to go in the stage. Around the outside of Ross into 1 and 2 here. You can see our truck runs a little bit better. We're able to keep up with the trucks in front of us in turns 1 and 2. Much better than the others. And right here, I tried to go for the 3 wide move, but I ended up just pushing Chandler Smith.
Stay low.
I made my move a little bit too late there. And we send it deep into 3 and 4. Right there, that was probably our best corner of the entire race. As we head down the front straightaway here. Getting a big draft right up behind the 38 truck. I was thinking of pulling it to the inside there down the front straightaway. Didn't have enough of a run.
Clear outside. Car outside.
But right here, we actually managed to hold it right on that black line, the seam.
Stay low.
We're able to draw alongside the 38 truck, taking the lead for the first time.
Stay low.
And down into 3 and 4, he pulls out of it. And we manage to hold off the 2 above us. Chastain's to our inside, get a little bit loose out of 4. We come down the front straightaway, throw a block on the 44. And then coming across the front straightaway, I try to rejoin the track, and the truck just came right out from underneath me. I've never felt that before. And I don't know. I really don't know. It seems like it's either too tight or too loose, and I can't fix it. But we managed to finish 5th in the stage despite going around our second spin in 2 races, which is not great, but we still got a lot of racing left. And we do not pit there because I didn't take any damage, so there's really no use in pitting that early. And our tires are still on 90, 90, 90, 90.
Stay low.
So
clear high if you want it. 1 outside.
We are chilling on that.
Clear outside.
And right there you can see, even on lower speed, you can barely go down there. The rear end just starts kicking out as Lane Riggs makes it to our top side here.
Stay low.
We're still side by side with him as we send it down into 3.
1 outside.
Right there, I admit I sent it a little bit too deep here, but I'm running my line. Running my line and get doored by the 34 truck, put up the racetrack, and as I'm trying to save it, I end up going around right into the side of the 45, and he does not save it. And we get turned off the bumper of the 19, who was the truck that hit us at the beginning there.
Pit road is open.
So our second spin in just a number of laps, and we will actually pit this time because we did take a little bit of damage. But right there, first one was my fault, second one
Here we come, fellas. Be ready.
I got basically run into the side of right there, so not great.
Car's off.
Just getting hit from every angle at this point, getting hated on.
10 away.
And
There's the green
we come
flag.
back to the
Car
restart.
inside.
Green flag is back in the air. And once again, for the second time in 2 races, we have to come back through the entire field to try and get a good spot, good finishing position.
Stay high.
So we're alongside the 74 truck.
3
Headed
wide.
out of turn number 2, we get
Inside.
a huge run down the back
Car
straightaway.
3 wide.
4 wide in between all of the Rayom trucks, and we get nearly turned down the back straightaway. Stephen
outside.
Malazzi just
Clear
driving
inside.
into my left rear.
Outside. 1
Luckily,
inside.
we managed to save it. That was about to be 3 spins in the same
Clear high.
race.
Clear bottom.
But we managed to come through, take that position away without too much contact. So we head down the back straightaway.
Car outside.
Big run on the 88
One
truck.
low.
We head to the outside of
Clear
him.
outside.
And a big crash in front of us, the
One low.
17 of
Okay,
Gio
take it off. We
Ruggiero,
have
who was
plenty more
having
race
honestly a
left. Car
great
inside.
race. Ends up crashing out, and for the first time
Inside.
since Bristol, I checked this stat. We finished outside of the top 10 in stage 2. So we've been on a run
Hold your line.
of I think it was like seven finishes inside the top 10 in
Car
stage
high.
2. Stage 1 not so much. I don't think we finished
Clear low.
inside the top 10 in stage 1 at North Wilkesboro at
Car
least.
high.
I remember that. But I think a track or 2 as well
3
after
wide.
Bristol.
Car outside.
But we have better tires than everyone in front of us. Or sorry, everyone's on
Stay
the same
low.
tires now, I should say.
Clear high.
We had better tires, but now we're just in a dogfight to the end.
Outside.
But the truck is fixed and
3
we're
wide.
flying, and
10
once
to
again
go.
I'm taking a little bit of a risk going down here, and that time I didn't get loose
Clear
coming up,
outside.
so I really don't
high.
know at all what happened the first time. We send it down into 1 and 2. We still got a truck on our outside there. That's Perez in
Clear.
the 77. We managed to clear him out of 2.
Clear high if you want it.
And we get a big run down the back straightaway. And then on the next lap here, we're going
Car
to give
outside.
Jake Garcia a
Clear
big
high if you
shove
want it.
into 3. The 15 truck on our outside, that's Tanner Gray, who's talking smack about us last race. We managed to
Outside
get
now.
by him cleanly. Keep that in mind. We get by him
High.
cleanly. And 34 truck tries to close us off. We
Car
got too
outside.
big of a run. We get to the inside of him. Pushing Ty Majeski into 1.
Car outside.
So we get to the inside of the 9 of Grant Enfinger. Once again, I just barely clipped the seam. The rear end starts to kick out.
Stay
We
low.
managed to hold on to it. Coming down the back straightaway now. Getting a huge toe from that right rear quarter panel, or the left rear quarter panel
Clear
of
high.
Majeski as we go to the top
Inside
side of
now.
him into turn 3.
Clear low.
And honestly, the truck holds on pretty well here on the outside, but the 98 just, with the better line, manages to get by me. So
One high.
Wallace kind of pushed off
Inside.
the corner. We managed
3
to
wide.
shoot the gap 3 wide
Clear up top.
through the middle
Clear
of those
bottom.
2, and now we're behind Stuart Friesen in the 52.
1 outside.
We're going to give him a little bit of a
Clear all
shove
around.
into 1 and 2. And he
Car
managed
outside.
to stay in front of me for quite a while. But we get the run off of turn number 4 and managed to clear him down the front
Clear high if you
straightaway.
want it.
Now up behind Corey Heim. Coming back to 4 to go. Looked to the outside there for a second. Didn't have enough time to do the crossover. As we push him into turns 1 and 2.
Car
Ross
outside.
Chastain still keeping the lead as we get side by side now with Corey Heim coming off of turn number 2. And suddenly, after spinning twice in
line.
this race, looks like we're in prime position to take our 2nd win in a row. Or actually, maybe it would be our 3rd win in a
Clear
row.
high if you
I'm not
want it.
sure. But right up behind us, guess what happens? Corey Heim goes around again.
1 high.
It's like the 4th
Caution out.
time in like 6 races
cars
that
off.
he's gone around battling for the win. But we do not pit, obviously, because
10
we don't
away.
need to. We're going to fight this thing out with Ross Chastain
green
to the flag on
inside.
a green-white checkered finish here.
2 to go this time now.
We are in overtime, actually. I wasn't sure if we were or not, but we are in our, I think, first or second overtime finish of the year. It may have been in overtime at
Stay
Daytona.
high.
I cannot remember off the top of my head. But we hold it on the outside of the 44 truck through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway here. Right here, I was kind of letting off, trying to see if I could get behind the 44 on entry to the corner, but I couldn't quite get there. And the rear end came out from underneath me. I got on the seam in 3 and 4, and it absolutely cost me. I shot all the way up the racetrack, nearly into the outside wall, and now I'm battling just to keep it up inside the top 5 all of a sudden. Seems like just my luck this race. So that's what would happen here as we try and put it around the outside of the 9 truck.
Inside door.
With Grant Enfinger holding it on that outside lane, actually doing a really good job of it here, but it gets tight out of the corner and we push up and right into the outside wall. I couldn't get out of it. And we get a tap from behind by the 1 truck, nearly gets spun again. And then headed down into 3 here. One final caution to end it. The 34 truck goes around hard into the outside wall.
We'll take it.
And we finish 8th in the race, just ahead of the 45 truck. So not what we could have had. Apparently everyone finishes 1 lap down for some reason. But look at that top 3. Ross Chastain, Redemption from Nashville, Stuart Friesen 2nd, and Grant Enfinger 3rd. And there's the rest of your top 20. Really the only underdog there was Parker Kligerman inside the top 20, which is kind of surprising considering what type of racetrack this is. But here's a replay. Me trying to rejoin the track, just goes around on me. Tried to save it there, but then I was just kind of accepting my fate. I was like, yeah, okay, it's probably over at this point. Big stack up there. I'm trying to see if I had any contact with the 15 truck here. And you're going to see why in a second. And right up the racetrack there. And then this is the second incident that we were involved in. We're holding our line. The 34 truck comes up the racetrack, doors into the side of us. I tried to hold on to the truck, but it just went around on me. And we were kind of like a pinball between these guys, and I just came across the nose of the 19. Ended up spinning myself out there. I'm not sure. I looked in the mirror and I didn't see anybody, but I guess the 19 was already alongside me. But you can see me just try and save it there, try and keep the wheel straight, but it did not work out for me. And ended up getting spun off of the 19. And we go around. Here's a little bit of a better angle as I plead my case here. I'm running that little seam. 34 comes up into me. Tried to save it. Get into the side of the 45. He loses it. And then right there, I just came down to the 19 and spun myself out. And here's my angle. Tried to save it. Trying to save it. And then watch. Okay, the spoiler was there, but in my defense, I didn't see anybody. Didn't even notice the spoiler. And then this is when we're trying to come back through the field. Contact with Steven Malassi. We hang on to it the first time, and then he just drives right back into our left rear there. And a bit of a careless move by me. I was kind of driving in anger, trying to get back up through the field, but the AI would not get off my quarter panel. And then there's the crash for Gio Ruggiero into the outside wall. Run-of-the-mill crash for NASCAR 25, just, I guess, lost a tire or something. And here's the restart here, get really loose, and then into the outside wall on the final restart, get a tap from the 1 truck, nearly go around, and then into the final corner here, the 34 of Lane Riggs goes around into the outside wall, and ends up getting hit there by somebody. I think that was the 19 truck. And Tanner Gray again! What happened to you, I say, today? Did someone remove a brain? Remove a brain? Buddy. Get up inside the top 5 and compete for wins and then talk to me. Holy. It's just dissing me for no reason at this point. But yeah, that was 2 more races under the belt. I have to admit, we have a little bit of beef going on. Beef with Tanner Gray. So don't be surprised if there's a little retaliation in the future from me. Because I'm not going to take to getting slandered online by a fake robot in a NASCAR game. Like, are we serious right now? And especially Tanner Gray. Anyways, ran over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Instagram's in the description along with my other channels. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.